Hello everyone, we are Group 1 and our topic is Virtual Reality. My name is Li Jie and I'm going to introduce the history of VR. In the 1950s, a special idea came up. An electrical engineer named Douglas Engelbart viewed computers differently. He envisioned them as tools for digital display and connected the computer to the screen and used both to solve problems. And in the 1960s, the US military commissioned a new radar system that could process a large amount of information and immediately display it in a form so that everyone could read it. Later, aircraft designers began experimenting with ways for computers to graphic display or model airflow data. In the 1970s, following World War II and through the 1990s, the military and industrial complex pumped millions of dollars into flying simulators. The flying simulators is a computer-generated graphics, include computer-generated graphics, and they had replaced videos and models. They operation in real time, though the graphics were primitive. Later, data group was invented. It's a computer interface device that detects hand movements. And NASA Army was one of the first customers of this device that for its experiments for digital environments. And in the 1980s, scientific visualization moved into animation and it used computer graphics to transform columns of data into images. Although all the basic elements of VR had existed in 1990 and since 1980, but it took high-performance computers to let it work. Fortunately, the high-performance computers no longer serve as mere number crunchers, but became exciting vehicles through exploration and discovery. And thank you for listening. My member will go now.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff. Now let's talk about VR in commercial field. Although it can use in many ways, such like real estate engineering, education, and healthcare, but no one can deny that it changed the real estate trading the most, especially in high-end homes. A recent study by Goldman Sachs has predicted that virtual reality will become an $80 billion market by 2012, of which 2.6 billion will be specifically for real estate. That is the same size of the desktop PC market today. It's really amazing. But you may ask why VR could create that huge value. To answer this question, we need to stand on both sides of the residential broker and customers. On the side of the residential broker, one of the most prominent applications is marketing for space that is under construction or still on the drawing board. Virtual towers can help potential tenants visualize a space that doesn't yet exist or still that doesn't yet exist and effectively speed our list off of developers and owners. And to customers, they could view the house remotely instead of coming to check personally. Even more, they can view numerous houses in a day. And this is impossible beyond the invention of VR. It gives customers more choices and complement the information gap between buyers and sellers. As a result, some people consider VR technology will completely replace intermediary companies in real estate within 5 years. However, There are complications involving homes that still require expertise and still require third-party involvement. So could buying a house completely in VR be possible within a few years? It's too early to make a conclusion right now. Now welcome my friend Vivian to introduce VR in medical application.
There are three major areas in medicine where virtual reality is beginning to emerge. They are rehabilitation, surgical application, and training and continuing medical education. Rehabilitation is a concept in psychology in which treatment patients' training is based entirely on virtual reality simulation exercises. Virtual rehabilitation offers a number of advantages compared to conventional moves. It can be performed in the patient's home, and it can stimulus control and consistencies, and it can real-time performance feedback, and it allows patients to independent practice, and most importantly, it is entertaining, thus motivating the patients. Surgical training. Surgical training can practice and rehearse the simulated surgery, and it can reduce risk and avoid surgical error. Surgical training. This technology enables training surgeons to gain valuable experience, but in a safe environment. They can learn skills without causing harm to their patients, and receive constant feedback as they do so. This technology is a way to build their confidence and helping them to gain experience.
Hello everyone. Today I will introduce application in the network. The following three are the subjects I want to introduce: travel, virtual stores, and games. First, the use of virtual reality can make our travel easier. Whether distance far or near, we don't need any transportation. We can see the views of every country, and we will just like the local tourism. When the virtual reality application more mature, we can even feel frequency. 就身如其境的感觉。It is no longer just the enjoyment, visual enjoyment. Second, the development of the virtual store will make our life more convenient. We don't need to go to department store when we want to buy clothes or other things. And we can try on the new clothes by VR, so we don't have to worry about whether clothes fit or not. Additionally, furniture can be put in the right place through the simulated home by VR. What's more, we can go for a walk in the museum. Finally, virtual reality makes the game have a surprising change that will affect us more. It talks about that people can fully enter the virtual world of the game. In the virtual world, we will have all kinds of feelings like pain, hungry, and tired. Besides, we will become more powerful while we level up in the game. In this virtual world, we can even experience the feeling of flying. In the future, I think the type of this game will just work around the corner. Thank you for your listening. Let's welcome the next speaker, Bob.
Hello guys, my name is Bob. Now I'm going to tell you about the challenges and pros and cons of virtual reality. There are certain health and safety considerations of virtual reality. For example, a number of unwanted symptoms may be caused by prolonged use of virtual reality, and this may have slowed down the proliferation of a whole technology. Most challenges of virtual reality involve motion sickness and technical matters. Therefore, users might become disoriented in a purely virtual environment, causing balancing issues. Computer latency might affect the simulation, providing a less than satisfactory end-user experience. Now I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons of virtual reality system. I'll tell you guys the advantages first. 1. Many different fields can use VR as a way to train students without actually putting anyone in harm's way. And this includes the fields of medicine, law enforcement, architecture, and aviation. 2. VR also helps those that can get out of the house experience a much fuller life, like Tolkien's Middle-earth. 3. Those in business can view their products at any time they're convenient, so it can improve the efficiency of the work. 4. VR helps patients recover from stroke, phobias, and other injuries. Well, as you can see, there are many advantages. There are also some disadvantages of VR system. So now I'm going to introduce the disadvantages of VR system. 1. The total cost of a machinery to create a VR system is still too high now. And 2. The hardware needed to create a fully immersive VR experience is still cost prohibitive. 3. The technology for such an experience is still new and experimental. 4. VR is becoming much more commonplace, but programmers are still grappling with how to interact with virtual environments. 5. One worry is that VR environments become much higher quality and immersive. Last but not least, another concern is VR training. Training with a VR system doesn't have the same consequence as training as in the real world. So no matter how successful you are in the virtual environment, you may still fail in the real world. So this is another concern. And this is our whole presentation of our topic, virtual reality. Thanks for your listening.